Today is Tuesday, August the 13th, 2024, and we're hearing that just a couple of hours ago, there was some breaking news coming out as we are now hearing that the African CDC has made a declaration of a public health emergency. Now, this came out today, just a little while ago. We're now hearing that the United States and the World Health Organization, they're going to be having a meeting to discuss the possibility of reinstating another global public health emergency for the Mpox that is spreading. The outbreak that is currently taking place in Africa, they are seeing is extremely dangerous. They're concerned that this has now spread out of the Congo. It is going to other nations. They're calling a continental emergency. And we're hearing that the United States, just a few days ago, I shared with you about 4 days ago, has sent over $10 million worth to help with vaccines. In addition to that, the World Health Organization, I also share with you from their official page, they are inviting Mpox vaccine manufacturers to submit their dossiers for an emergency evaluation to get these expedited, to get these out to stop the spread, as they are concerned that this could have another outbreak similar to like what we saw with COVID. They are saying we need to contain this before it gets out of control. So right now, this is coming out all across the headlines. Now, like I said, about 4 days ago, I shared with you that this was starting to come out. There was concern about the spread. They are now saying that it is spreading rapidly, faster than they anticipated. And they have today, the African CDC, they have announced that this is a public health emergency, and this comes one day before the World Health Organization Emergency Committee is set to meet to discuss the possibility of reinstating another global public health emergency for the Mpox disease that is spreading. They're saying they're very concerned about this potentially jumping to other continents and spreading globally. And just to clarify, this is a new variant, a new strain. This is not the typical one that most people have transmitted through intimate contact. They're saying that this is just simply by any form of touch, and they're saying it is especially infecting vulnerable populations, including small children and older adults. So I'm going to be giving you all the details on this. And as always, these articles are going to be linked in the description below, so that way you can read them for yourself. I cite all the sources. And like I said, some of these articles were coming out 4 days ago. Now today, with this new declaration from the African CDC, this just a couple hours ago, you'll see these articles coming out from today. They are linked in the description below, along with the WHO.
Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, Yahweh being the true name for the Holy Father, Yahushai being the name for his only begotten Son, who the world eagerly calls God, and Jesus Christ. I want to give double honors to our apostles, double honors to our elders, a great millstone, who taught us truth and will well, and salutations to you, hopeful like pushing this truth in all honesty and sincerity. This is Brother Yahusap, coming to another lesson to Spirit Power, Yahweh Yahushai, another update, end times, and events. And you heard it from a man. This thing is starting to get out of control, and anytime you got an illness like this that can be spread just from a single touch, it's gonna go like wildfire. And this is prophetic, because we're in the end times, man. We're at the end. So the Lord, this is one of the plagues that hit ancient Egypt, and one of the 10 plagues of Egypt, okay, was a plague of boils. So this is about to hit. Lord's will, it hits the U.S., America, and it judges the wicked. May the wicked people, get this, man. Now this is what it does, man. And you can see that those are large boils. Okay, and the scriptures say it's going to hit Egypt, and the plagues of Egypt shall return. So this is one of the plagues that's going to hit. This is the land spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, the U.S. So that's why the U.S. is over there getting involved. They don't want this to hit here. But if it hits, man, it's going to hit a lot of people. We're getting ready to starting to see the plagues, man. Call all Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So I want to get some scriptures out that go into this. Okay? People are about to get this shit bad, man. This is the book of 2nd Esdras 15 and 49. It says, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence. to waste thy houses with destruction and death. Now, what is this? Pestilence is a fatal epidemic illness, especially bubonic plague. All right, so this mpox is coming out, man. There you go, man. This is part of the prophetic plagues that are going to come. Famine's another big one that's getting ready to hit. Poverty is getting ready to hit. Widowhood's getting ready to get hit. A lot of these women, especially these younger women, they reinstated the draft, so a lot of husbands about to go to the war, perish. There's going to be civil war here in the U.S., okay, and there's going to be economic collapse. That's going to mean poverty. With the economic collapse, also going to come famine, starvations. Nobody's going to have any money to buy the food. There won't be any food on the shelves. Sword, civil war, violence, World War III, and pestilence. So now you're going to have people getting hit with all these boils. This is 2 Esdras 15:11. Says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. So just as he smote Egypt before, he's going to smite this place again. This is the land spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. This is spiritual Egypt. It's not literal Egypt, but it's spiritual Egypt. This is the place the Lord is going to bring his judgment. So everything that's going on over there in these other countries, all these riots, these civil wars, this chaos, you know, what's happening in Bangladesh, the illnesses that's in Africa right now, they're all on the way over here. And it's spiritual because all this stuff is happening in the east. The Lord said he's coming from the east. So the plagues start from the east and they work their way over here to the west. The U.S. about to catch all hell, especially during this election that happens. All hell is about to fucking break loose, man. See these tensions between Iran and Israel. Iran getting ready to make their move any day now. The U.S. has to get involved. And since they're getting involved, we're going to be on their crosshairs too. So that sword is coming. Okay. Now, this is one of the plagues that hit before. It said plagues as before, right? Exodus 9:9 says, and it shall come and shall become, and it shall be, Salaki, let me go up a little bit further. This is Exodus 9:8, and it says, and Yahweh said unto Moses and unto Aaron, take you handfuls of ashes of the furnace, and let Moses sprinkle it toward heaven in the sight of Pharaoh. And it shall become small dust in all the land of Egypt, and it shall be a boil breaking forth with blains upon man and upon beasts throughout all the land of Egypt. Okay, and they said that this thing can be contagious from animals too. So that means animals are getting it. Okay, and we spiritually done sprinkle the dust towards heaven by sending up curses upon this wicked kingdom and upon these wicked people. So they about to be hit with blains. A boil breaking forth with blains. Okay, now and we've seen the pictures. So that's what that is. They just have another title for it today. They're calling it mpox, but this is the plague, one of the plagues of Egypt getting ready to hit. And for the U.S. to be over there getting involved, that means they're anticipating this shit to spread bad. And that's painful. That's a painful plague, man. It says, and they took ashes of the furnace and stood before Pharaoh, and Moses sprinkled it up towards heaven, and it became a boil breaking forth with blains upon man and upon beasts. And the magicians could not stand before Moses because of the boils, for the boil was upon the magicians and upon all the Egyptians. Okay, so all these sorcerers, these Satanists, you know, these people that these elites conspire with to get advice on what to do and practicing this witchcraft, they're gonna get hit with that. They ain't gonna be able to stand, man. You're gonna have your elite politicians, they're gonna break out with the shit. They're gonna be on the news, speaking on CNN, and you're gonna have their face and their body gonna be covered in that shit. Fucked up. And this is a grievous plague, man. I seen this plague in person, you know, not this particular same illness, but I seen like an illness called shingles. I seen it break out on this person's face, man. And it was, hey, that's a grievous plague, man. So this is one of the the judgments of the Heavenly Father that's on the way. All right, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 16, verse 2. Okay. This is another plague of boil that's going to happen when people take that C-hip, the MOTB, the mark of the you-know-what. It says, and the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon men which had the MOTB, the mark of the you-know-what, and upon them which worshipped his image. So anybody that's bound down to the system, is believing in this government, and they worshiping the image right now. A lot of people don't have the physical charagma in their skin yet, but they're already bound down to the image, so they're getting ready to get hit with this plague, man. Okay, I read it out the NIV. It says, the first angel went and poured out his bowl on the land, and ugly festering sores broke out on the people who had the mark of the BEAST and worshiped its image. So we're going to see this plague, a lot of this plague. So with that, Lord's will, this lesson's edifying. Hey, stay prayed up, man. Anoint yourselves so you don't get hit with this. Lord's will, none of the brothers get touched by it, man. With that, I'm going to close out. Give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, Tasha's truth and will, and salutations to you, hopeful that pushing this truth and honesty, sincerity. Shalom.